Welcome back once again to the Simple 1500 series. Today we are looking at volumes 53 to 63. Now, in this collection of games, we got a variety. We got some interesting ones along here. We got some like RC Helicopter, which is one of the first ones we look at. We got some darts. We got some sumo. We've got some skiing, among other things, obviously. And yeah, so let's just dive right in and have a look at these games right now. Yeah, Simple 1500 series, volumes 53 to 63. Let's go. Now, the first game on the list is, as I just said, The Helicopter, volume 53, also known as RC Helicopter in the West. Now, I've already played this game once for the Simple 1500 shit series, and playing it again makes me realize, once again, it is an RC helicopter game. You control an RC helicopter, the controls are fine, it's a simulation game. It's not too bad, in all fairness. You go around and do menial tasks, like land on certain targets, go and clean up the park by collecting cans and putting them in the trash can, and stuff like that. The controls are fine. You kind of like, I don't know, you use the analog sticks to control the helicopter. The left analog stick moves the helicopter forward and back, while the right analog stick moves it to side. Moves basically so basically one analog stick controls the propeller on the top, and one controls the propeller at the back, I guess. I'm not a helicopter expert. I don't know what the technical terms for those things are. But that's basically how it is. And you press L and R, and that basically just kind of does a complete 180 kind of thing. So yeah, it's okay. It's not much else to say. It requires a certain level of skill, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. But yeah, there's nothing much else to it besides that it's a simulation game where you control an RC helicopter, and there's nothing else. There's nothing else that goes past that, and doesn't try to achieve anything higher than that. The next game is Volume 54, the Volleyball Break Volley Plus. Now, what is there to say about this game? It's volleyball. There you go. It's volleyball, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm not very good at this. My reaction times are not great. I kind of believe, like, it might help if I could actually see where the ball's going. By the time the ball's in my view, I very rarely hit the ball because I don't have enough reaction time. Maybe it's because I'm old, I don't know. You know, I'm only 26, but you never know. But maybe my reaction times are just absolutely terrible. Maybe that's what it is. But I just had issues with trying to get the ball. It was quite often not, the ball will come into my view and I go, oh, quickly go for it, and just missed it like that. So, yeah. It's okay. It's a volleyball game. I don't think it's as good as the Simple 2000 volleyball game. That was a lot of fun, actually, that one. But maybe a prototype for that. But as an actual, does it play like a volleyball game? Yeah, it plays like I would expect a volleyball game to play. So it succeeds in that part, but it's not. I guess that's not my type of game because I guess my reaction time is just not good enough. The next game I'm going to be talking about is Volume 55, The Darts. And guess what? It's darts. Well, at this point, right, it's just sports. It's just various types of sports or something along those lines. This time around it's darts, and it's kind of strange. Now, I played this game once before. Part of the Simple 1500 shit series, but it reminds me once again how strange of a game this is, right? It seems to have this like dart-based superheroes in the game, which is strange. You know, one of them has got to be Captain Bullseye, right? But what the actual game itself is just literally this. It's just a black board, no real kind of character to it. It's like a Flash game. It looks like you could do this as a Flash game, and no one would be able to tell any different. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah, you can play a bunch of different dart-based games, you know, like going from 300 down to 1, or so you get some other ones where you gotta hit 1, then 2, you know, around the clock. That's what it's called. Yeah, around the clock, where you have to hit 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and keep it going until you hit 20. And yeah, but just look at it. It's very bare bones. It's not good. It's not good at all. The next game is probably the most interesting game of the Simple 1500 series, and that is Volume 56, The Sniper. It's a game where you play as a sniper and you snipe people. Wow. I wouldn't think a game like this could exist as part of the 1500 series. The 1500 series was just mostly family-friendly games. But no, here you are as an actual sniper, sniping out Yakuza bosses, right? That's what it shows on the cover. But in reality, I've talked about this game in my other video where I talked about the Sniper 2 for the Simple 2000 series, and what I said in that video still stands. It's an okay game. It's more cutscenes than there is game, but this game is superior to its sequel, in my opinion, because you can play all of the missions from the start in the practice mode. So if you don't want to listen to the story or whatever, you can go into the practice mode and just play through all the levels just with one target in each level. Want to play the levels how they're supposed to be played, then you have to listen to the story, and the story's got like these really long cutscenes and an intro and an outro sequence, trying to set up like an episode, like a TV episode or an anime episode. I don't know what it's trying to do. But the sniping itself is very basic. Again, what can you expect with a controller? You know, mouse and keyboard controls for any type of gun controls is great. Mouse and keyboard, great. Controller, not so much. I don't know how people can play Call of Duty with the controller. You know, that's before my time. I don't play that game anymore. But yeah, it's okay. You can snipe people. It's a bit difficult when you're just looking down the scope and everyone's polygons. You know, it's quite difficult to discern who you're supposed to be shooting sometimes, and you're like, well, everyone looks like a polygon, so who am I supposed to be shooting again? But it can be a lot of fun, and besides that, it can be a lot of fun. Now, the next game, unfortunately, I was unable to play because I couldn't get it to work on the emulator, and that was Volume 57, The Mayro, which translates as The Maze. Now, in this game, it looks like you just run around in a maze. Yeah, it looks really strange. So, from the looks of things, you pick a character, you run around and collect keys from the looks of things, and once you got enough keys, you can then progress into the next round and win enough rounds, and then you're the overall winner. But it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a multiplayer-based game where you and a friend can verse each other in a maze. And that's it. You've got these weapons you can collect along the way, take each other on that way. You just, you know, collect a key, you go and find your friend, you shoot him with the weapon, and the key drops, you pick up the key and run off, and yeah. So you got a health meter. I don't know why I have a health meter. Maybe once your health meter goes to 0, you die. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? But anyway, that's the game. Yeah, you go around a maze collecting keys. Yeah, interesting, right? The next game I'm going to be talking about is Volume 58, The Sumo. Yes, an actual sumo fighting game. That's pretty cool, right? Well, it would be. But there's two things wrong with this. Number one, it's in 2D. That's not inherently a bad thing, but with PlayStation 1 era now, you know, we're getting late now. Is it 2000? We would have thought it would be in 3D, but no, okay, 2D, okay, I accept that, whatever. Now, the second thing. How the hell do you play this game? I'm not even joking. The controls are not self-explanatory at all. You end up just mashing buttons to try and see what stuff does, but it does nothing but, like, hinder you. So you're like, well, what am I supposed to do then? How am I supposed to learn how to play the game? It's like mashing buttons, everything's hindering me. You know, I'm trying to pull my opponent out of the arena, but he just seems to get the upper hand. The CPU, by the way, have got no leeway. No leeway whatsoever. The CPU will knock you on your ass. They will not hold back. You will not win. and that's the Sumo. And I can't recommend it because, again, it's, if you know how to play, maybe, but how are you supposed to learn how to play? That's my 2 cents on it. The next game I'm going to be talking about is Volume 59, The Suri IT Tante 18 no Jikenbo, whatever. Whatever. There's not much to say about this game. It's a point-and-click adventure visual novel style game where you point-and-click things. I think you play as from what I can tell, you play as a detective, and you're going to be solving crimes, something like that. But obviously, it being a visual novel, it's completely in Japanese. Don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Managed to find all the clues in the first bit, but couldn't get past the voice cues, or the dialogue cues in this case, because again, it's in Japanese. So that's all I can really say on this. The next game is something I would think is very strange to see in video game form. And that's Volume 60, the table hockey. It's basically air hockey, you know? They get the little table at the arcades with the two paddles, you and a friend verse each other as the puck goes around, being like slightly levitated by the air. Yeah, as a video game, it's really weird, and it doesn't play very well. And I can tell you why it doesn't play very well, because the puck doesn't move fast enough. I'm going to be completely honest. I struggled playing this game in any shape or form, mainly because my reaction time was fine. I saw the puck coming down, but the paddle didn't move fast enough for me to be able to hit the goddamn puck. So, yeah, I don't really have any complaints against this game. It functions fine, seems okay. It just really needs the paddle to be even just marginally faster, you know. Or maybe if you could adjust the paddle speed or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that would make an improvement on the game. But besides that, it's just air hockey, and surprisingly, it plays fine as a video game. The next game I couldn't get to work was The Quiz 2, which is Volume 61. And these are the only two games I couldn't get to work in this set of games, and that was The Maze and The Quiz 2. It doesn't really matter. It looks like, from what I can see on footage on YouTube, it's a quiz. It's another quiz game similar to the original The Quiz. So, you know, what's the point? Again, you don't speak Japanese. It's very difficult to understand. It's a quiz game. There's not much else to say besides that. This has got to be a joke, right? This is a joke. So, this is Volume 62, The Ski, right? Developed by Altair Double, the same developers as The Snowboard, or Snowboard Racer, as it was released in Europe. Yeah, it's the same game. I'm not even joking. It's literally the same course. The same course, the same physics, the same everything as the snowboard, but they've replaced the character model of being a snowboarder to a skier. That's all they've done. That's all they've done. What a complete lazy bullshit thing to do. It's just ridiculous. I couldn't believe it when I actually started playing this. I was like, this plays exactly the same. The menus are exactly the same. The level is exactly... I'm not even joking. The level is pretty much... And I'm not 100% because I can't remember. My memory's not great. But I am almost 100% sure this level is the exact same level I played before. Even this part with the trees here. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty goddamn sure. It's the same level. So it's the same game, just where they've swapped out the snowboarders with skiers. It's... yeah. Wow. Just wow, no. Just no. And here we are at the final game of this collection, and that is Volume 63, The Gun Shooting 2, a sequel to The Gun Shooting, and a very different game. It's a light gun game, just like the original, but whereas the original was more like anime style, with shooting enemies as they came up, more like Time Crisis or something. This game is different. You've got a more cutesy art style, and it's more based on shooting-based mini-games like Clay Pigeons, as you can see now, or the catching goldfish. Yeah, I'm not even joking. There you go. Is a mini game where you capture goldfish. Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. You know, it kind of reminds me of like if you had a Mario Party, but with a light gun or something. Oh, what's that? Point Blank? Is that? I'm pretty sure. I vaguely remember Point Blank, but maybe if I remember correctly, that was similar to this in terms of like mini games and stuff with a light gun. But either way, it's pretty cool. I like it. You know, you got some other ones with like shooting out paper blinds and some shooting targets. Yeah, it's actually alright. I like this game. I do. I like it. And that will do it for this collection of games. I hope you've enjoyed the video. My favorite game of this collection was the Sniper. Well, what a big surprise, right? And if I be honest, what would I say is a close second as a favorite? Probably the gun shooting too. That was another really good one. Probably not as good as the original gun shooting, but still really, really good. But like I said, I've been Bio. I hope you've enjoyed the video. There's going to be more Simple 1500 series videos coming. In this month, we're going to finish it. In this month, we're going to finish it. We're going to go all the way up to volume 104. I can guarantee it. We're going to finish it. So yes, and I'll see you again in the next video. Ta-ta!